Salisbury secured its third straight CAC Men's Outdoor Track and Field Championship at last year's meet, outlasting host Christopher Newport for the team crown by 26 points. Salisbury standout Luke Campbell was named Athlete of the Year after collecting 3 gold medals and posting a pair of record-breaking performances, while Seagull head coach Jim Jones captured Coach of the Year honors for the third straight year at the outdoor meet. Mary Washington's Glenn Taylor was tabbed as Rookie of the Year after placing first in the 200-meter dash and second in the 100-meter dash, becoming the 5th UMW student athlete to receive the award and first since 2005. Campbell and Taylor were 2 of a conference record 16 male student athletes to represent the CAC at the NCAA Outdoor Championships. Campbell led the way with national titles in the 110 and 400 hurdles, while CNU's Richard Rothel captured individual gold in the decathlon. Several others captured All-America finishes, including CNU's Dominique Torres with a second-place finish in the triple jump, the Wesley 4x100 relay team of Patrick Schlosser, DeJohn Lowry, Markel Jenkins, and Johnny Crenshaw, who took third, and York's Tim Hartung, who secured 8th place in both the 5,000 and 10,000 meters. The 2015 CAC Championship is set for this Saturday and Sunday at York College. Now let's see what's on tap for this weekend by taking an in-depth look at each CAC team entering the championship meet.
Our program's always focused on peaking for the championships, and the outdoor championships is the last one of the year, so we've got to be ready for it. So we're excited for the opportunity to show what we've been working towards all season long. Looking forward to taking a shot at Salisbury, seeing if we can break their string of conference titles this year. Well, really big loss is Richard Rothel. He was national champion in the decathlon and scored 37 points, something along those lines in individual events last year, and also anchored our runner-up 4x1. So that's a big loss. We also graduated our entire pole vault course, so we've got some holes to fill with this year's group. Dominique Torres is a big key for us. He was a double winner last year in the long and triple jumps, one of the top triple jumpers in the nation. So we'll be looking for him to have a good meet for us. Dalton Tieford, Robbie Mays have been leading the sprints group, done a very nice job with them. And our middle distance group is just full of guys coming back. We're really having a good year this year, so we're looking forward to seeing them perform at the championships. Ryan Scott's had a great season for us so far, shown a lot of promise in both the hurdles and the sprints. So looking forward to seeing how he stands up to conference competition. Wes Shreves and Jordan Roach are also going to help us out in the jumps and the hurdles as well. So we're looking forward to that, and we've got a lot of good young throwers who are hoping to break into the conference elite in those events. We've had a pretty quiet season so far. A little bit of a slow start coming into the outdoor season. Of course, everyone was dealing with the really cold weather, so that's no different from anybody else. Over the last couple of weeks, though, we've starting to get things together, had some good team meets for us. So hopefully that has us ready. So we'll take this weekend off to get ready for our final exams, and then test ourselves against the conference in the beginning of May.
Pretty simple. We always want to try to score more points than the year before. Hopefully that will move us up in the standings. We have a little deeper team this year, so I think both of those goals are pretty realistic. Matt Collins was Mr. Do Everything in the sprint area, very, very reliable. He's been tough to replace. We're trying to do that, but tough to replace there. We might not be with Seth Stein, one of our better javelin throwers. He's on the team this year, but since last year he's been battling an elbow issue. That's going to be a key loss because he's always capable of placing in the javelin area there. Devin Francelon is a multi-event decathlete, one of the better decathletes in the ECACs last several years, doing very well in that. He's also one of the better intermediate hurdlers and high hurdlers in the conference. We have J.R. Lowry back from injury last year, throwing for us. primarily hammer and shot put, but he's also been throwing a little bit of discus this year, and currently is our best discus thrower on the team. Sterling Elder, very good sprinter, has actually shown some very good improvement this year, and I think he's got a lot more in him to continue to improve during the course of the season. Chris Gardner is a transfer, one of those guys that's capable of running multiple sprint events, and also very, very reliable in both of our relays. So he's been a very big addition. We've got a freshman sprinter, Devin Fairhall, who has been battling through some injuries and things, but when he's healthy, he's shown a lot of promise there. In the distance area, Brad Baker has done very well for us at times. We're still trying to find probably his best event in the distance area, but he's very capable of running with the better runners in the conference in terms of discus. Throws, we have some other returners, Patrick Persall, primarily discus and hammer. We have Donovan Burris, jav and shot primarily. Well, my standard reply has been, if the weather at York's not good, where the conference championships are, we'll be well prepared. In fact, last time we were there, it was a major monsoon, so you know, if we have a repeat of that weather, we'll be ready for it. We always compete, tough schedule. Our schedule always includes not only Division III schools, but a lot of very good Division II schools, such as Shippensburg University, and we run into some Division I teams as well. So, you know, we don't really run away from competition.
Well, going into the CAC Outdoor Conference Championships, this is what it's all about. This is what we've been training for, you know, since the fall, basically. I know for us, you know, one of our challenges as the coaching staff is to obviously get our kids mentally and physically prepared. Of course, coming off a week of exams makes it a little bit more challenging, but we feel confident that we'll be ready when the gun goes off on May 2nd. For the men, our men's team, certainly one of our goals is to finish higher than we did at the indoor championships. For the second year in a row, we finished 5th, I believe, indoors. Last spring, we were able to move up to 3rd place, so certainly we would like to move up in the standings. We feel like we've got a number of guys that can help us do that. Certainly, we're going to be relying on a couple of our pole vaulters, Nick Judy, Michael Lohr in particular. We're pretty excited about our freshman, Nick Smith, in the long jump and triple jump. And of course, we have Glenn Taylor in the sprints, national qualifier from 2014. And Ben Sorensen in the distance event certainly has proven himself to be one of the top distance runners in the conference, no doubt. So again, we're excited about those guys, and we certainly hope that the rest of our crew can step up and score some meaningful points. As we all know, those 5th place, 6th place points certainly can add up and make a difference when the final scores are announced. So again, we're looking forward to it. Well, last year we lost, you know, through graduation, we lost a number of key components, key people. Matt Shaughnessy was one of the top 800-meter runners in the conference, certainly. His loss, you know, has definitely hurt us. Certainly this spring, you know, we've gone to some very good competitions, as we usually do. The weather, of course, has been a little erratic. We've had some days where the weather's been very good. Our home battleground relay meet, we had a fantastic day on that Saturday. The following weekend is pretty miserable up at UMBC with a lot of cold and wind. Last Saturday, we had a very good effort up at George Mason University. Took a lot of our key people up there and had some outstanding performances in what turned out to be very good conditions. Oh my gosh. You know, when you think back to 25 years of conference championships, my gosh, a lot of them are kind of a blur, but certainly a number of them stand out. But
It's going to be, it's going to be a little bit of an emotional day for me, no doubt about it. How can it not be? But at the same time, this is not about, this is about the kids. This is about the team. This is what they've worked for. That's where the focus needs to be. The focus is on the conference championship. How well can the Eagles perform? And let's see if we can't come home with a championship.
On the men's side, we're looking to score as many points as possible and behave as a team while upping our track and field NCAC IQ so that future years we can really up our game. Athletes to take notice of: we don't have any key returners or newcomers because we are a brand new program for this year. Some people to take notice of would be freshman Jalen Williams in the sprint events and relays. Josiah Awe is also a contributor for sprint events as well as jump events. Joey Pfeiffer is a sophomore for us. He contributes in long sprints as well as mid-distance events. On the throws side, we have freshman Adam Williams is doing really well in jav, as well as Barry Porter. And we've got some freshman guys that are coming along well there. Our schedule allowed for some successes as well as challenges. We were in a bunch of scored meets, which allowed for us to get used to thriving in a scored event type of way, which leads us to our conference championship. We also had the opportunity to go up against some conference schools throughout our regular season, so that was very good.
One of the goals and expectations that we have this year are again to defend our conference championship. We have a great group of seniors that I feel will help us work towards that goal. They've done it all year. We had a successful indoor season, but we know we're going to be in a real fight up there at York, Pennsylvania, with some very, very good teams overall. Our key losses from last year, we didn't have a large senior class last year, but I think we lost a lot of leadership. Nate Austin was a tremendous middle distance runner for us, really came through at the end of the meet. Outdoors at the outdoor championship last year in the 5K. Nick Hanafy and Aaron Curry were just great people and great leaders with their work ethic and how they helped our team last year and their 4 years with us. Well, we got a lot of good seniors, and this is a great group of men that we brought in 4 years ago. They stayed with each other, they stayed focused, very encouraging. We're very balanced in this group. But the seniors, Devin Hopkins and Tyler Austin have really, and Blake too, really kind of key guys for us in the sprints and the hurdles. Dylan Burkett, Jeff Jordan, and Ryan DePascal in the throws are really key guys. They're having a tremendous year again. We've got Xavier in the jumps. A very good high jumper, has been in the national meet. Tom Burke in the half is having a great year. The last couple meets, he's just been on fire. Just fun to watch him close the last 150, 200 meters on people to win and run some very, very good times. And then of course we got Luke Campbell. As a fine-time national champ, and I think he's one of those key guys that, with those other men. Those are the men that really spark us. When one does well in one area, that sparks us in another area, and it keeps us going forward. So hopefully we'll have that same thing at the championships. Well, we got a lot of good people. This coming class that we have coming in this year was really kind of to replace what's going to be graduating these seniors. So, we've got Matthew Adenije in the jumps, in long triple and high jump. Tom McIntyre, who transferred in. He's a transfer, but it's kind of been following Tom Burke, literally even out there in the races. Zach Smeltz, Jarrell Madison, Eric Houghton have been very good, and Aliu Cole in the hurdles have been strong sprinters for us and relay members. And then Duncan and Caleb, teammates in high school, have really stepped up in the throws. Here last week had a tremendous meet for those two men. Well, we've run a very challenging, demanding schedule, and I think that prepares us not only for the conference to compete at that level, but also for those few people that are able to compete nationally. So when you look at our indoor and outdoor schedule, especially when we went to UNC Wilmington Division I meet, the men won that. We went to UMBC where we're second there. Won the Johns Hopkins meet against some very good Division III competition, and then had a nice showing this past weekend. And then we'll go to Penn. This week before is always Penn relays, and we've got several individuals in their events going in the shot put, 100 and hurdles, but then a good 4x4 we're going to load up and see what we can do. So I'm excited about this weekend, but the conference meet is really what we prepare for, and the schedule allows us to run against the best to prepare us. I think Jarrell Madison has surprised me. A young guy's coming in, transferred from Hagerstown Community College. He's really made a tremendous amount of progress. Matthew Adenijay has really done well. Of course, our seniors and our leadership have really stepped up another level this year, and I'm very proud. Tom Burke in the fall did a great job. He's doing a great job to integrate these men in and show them what true competition you have to be at to compete at this level.
Our men's season is going very well. We received our first national ranking in program history, which is a credit to all the hard work that the coaches and athletes have put in on the men's team. Well, sprints is kind of our big deal here. We try to recruit sprinters each year. Sprinters look very good. 4x1 relays nationally ranked. So the sprints, besides the 4x1 relay, we have our sprint hurdlers in great position to do well. We have 2 ranked top 10 nationally right now. We're hoping that they can hold. Roland Otto O'Kine is just a young freshman, big tall guy, 6'4". Fully expect him to develop over the next 3 years. And then senior Matt Bundy has overcame significant injuries. He's starting to get himself back in form after being out of the hurdles for a significant amount of time. We're trying to get our 4x4 relay in. That'll be a major challenge for us to get that relay in. There's several very good 4x4 relays out there. 100 dash, we have Dejan Lowry leading that particular area. We're trying to get him back in form, and Greg Taylor will provide depth there. In the 400-meter dash, we do have Dominic McNulty, who is really starting to come on. He's another one that's recovered from injury from a year ago. He hurt his knee 2 weeks before the conference outdoor championship last year. He looks like he's starting to get back into the swing of things. And then Pat Slosher and Vigo Bedell will also provide depth there in the 400. Middle distance is shaping up pretty good. Young freshman Ergi Ito is starting to develop. Ergi did not run cross country, even though he's fully capable of running excellent cross country times. So he's starting to get his legs underneath him. He's starting to get some speed, get some turnover. So we expect Ergi to do well in the 1500 and 800 at the conference meet. And another freshman in the middle distance department, Jameer Bailey, guy that was running around 205, 206 coming in out of high school. Broke 2 for the first time last week at Morgan State. He has a good combination of speed and endurance, and we fully expect him to be a very good half-miler for us one day. The jumps were being led right now by Devon Trader. Coach Reiser's done a tremendous job with Devon Trader, and Devon Trader jumped over 7 meters at the Johns Hopkins meet. I believe it's the #1 jump in the conference to date and ranks him top 20 nationally. And we actually feel like Devon can go even further than that. He's just a young jumper. He's only been jumping 2 years. He did not jump in high school. In fact, he never even competed in track and field in high school. And then providing depth behind Devon Trader is Tyrick Thomas, another guy that had never jumped before. He went nearly 22 feet at Johns Hopkins, and we fully expect him to provide great depth behind Devon Trader. In the triple jump, we have a young guy, young freshman, Brandon Hunter, who Coach Windrago has done a great job with him. She's put 4 feet on his triple jump already this year. We fully expect him to perhaps go further than 45 feet. We're hoping 46, 47 at the conference championships. I know he's working really hard. And then we'll have some depth behind him as well. The throws is an area, honestly, that we need to get better in. We have Antoine Ellerby there right now in the shot put. He was top 6, I believe, indoors. And then in the men's discus, we'll be led by our decathlete Patrick Slosher and Ryan Schilling and a young guy named Chris Scanlon. Those are our top 3 discus throwers just a moment. And then in javelin, again, we're just so young across the board. It's been just 2 years of recruiting here for our coaching staff. Travis Young, a freshman, will lead the jav, and then Patrick Slosher will provide depth there, as well as Dylan Kaplan, Will Johnson, and Alex Mesa.
This season's gone really well. We have the same schedule as previous seasons, which I really like because it gets us different competition throughout the year. Last year we were 4th place on the men's side and we were out of 3rd by 4 points. This year we're looking stronger in a number of areas, and I hope that we can come home with a 3rd place. And obviously, 2nd would always be on our mind as a potential for us to do at the end of the year. This year's been really nice because it hasn't just been one group of guys that's been good. Ian O'Brien has been PRing every week in the hammer. Rob is looking good this year in the jav. Again, he's a little more consistent, so we're hoping that consistency carries through conferences. All 3 of our pole vaulters from indoor. Drew just jumped 14 feet this past weekend, so everything's starting to come together at the end of the year. Darnell also had a very good weekend the past weekend. He's ranked top 20 in the nation right now, and hopefully we can get him to nationals this year, as well as get him top 3, top 2 in the 200 and the 400. And then Darian also set a PR in the 400 hurdles this weekend, so he's looking strong and things are starting to come together for him. And then Stetson on the distance side has been pretty controlled throughout the year, hasn't raced a lot, just keeping him under control, getting him ready for the end of the year push. As far as key newcomers, Darius and Kevin in pole vault, they did both top 6 in indoor and they're looking good outdoor again. Also Grant on the mid-distance side of things has run 2 really good races, going sub 4 and sub 2 in the 1500 and 800. Ryan has looked really good in the 5K he's raced this year. And then they're not necessarily newcomers, but guys that took a year off last year, Will Murray and Craig Epler, in the 10K, 5K, Steeple, all have had really good races this year, set some good PRs, and are setting themselves up nicely for conferences. Our schedule's nice because we do get to see a little bit of our competition within the conference, but we also get to see some Division III and Division II schools outside of the conference. We were able to go to Bucknell this year and mix it up with the Division I guys a little bit. It's just nice to get out of our comfort zones every once in a while and be able to push ourselves above our limits.
Hosting.
I think the biggest thing for us hosting is just being prepared, being ready for the teams, ready for the athletes that are going to be here so I can concentrate on coaching, knowing that my assistants can take care of their business and I can take care of mine. Just having a smooth running meet. I'm very excited to host. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere for us, and I know the kids are excited as well.